have lived in this area, the Hebrides, since the Iron Age. It's quite interesting to know that the modern settlements really didn't come to the islands in the 1600s. Gearrannan that we see today actually dates from the late 1800s. Something I find quite interesting when visiting this particular settlement was how well travelled the villagers were. I think there is an assumption that folk worked on crofts and lived in tiny villages and did their weaving and looked after their sheep or their cattle, but didn't really travel. These folk were everywhere. It's recorded that in 1920, 7 teams of 3 women left Gearrannan and headed towards 𝕲𝖊𝖆𝖆𝖗𝖗. It was the herring season, and their job would be to follow the herring run. Their job would be to follow the herring run over to the mainland of Scotland and the whole way down the east coast of Scotland and as far as England. In 1934, it was actually a village team that won the prize, the Supreme Champion title in Lowestoft, for processing the most fish. They would have needed to gut them, to salt them, to layer them, and to actually get them packed into layers, into barrels. The men of the village appeared to be even more travelled. In the 1930s, there's records of the fishermen from the village actually working in the South Atlantic in Georgia for the whaling season. As you see the mock part of the village, you will realise that it sort of gives an idea of how people would have lived in the middle of the 20th century. It just has that sort of orange colour and feel to it. The last people moved out in 1974. Today the black houses are rented out as summer properties, but each one carries the name of its previous tenant. Second black house of the day is a slightly more modern black house. There's Martin's granny's china dogs again, and pillies like my grandmother had. The 𝕁𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖓 exhibition is actually worth the trip on its own. The afternoon we went, we were entertained by a young 75-year-old named Alec working on a 100-year-old machine, and he really became part of that machine as he worked. He had such a feel for what he was doing. As he tells you about the weaving process, he will also tell you all about his life story, his children, how he gave up smoking, the fact that a weaver's yard is 8 feet and not 3 feet like a normal yard. It was a fantastic experience and it is really worth a visit. Harris Tweed is made from virgin wool. The thread is dyed before the weaving process, so a lot of intricate designs and colours can be made from blending various threads together. In years gone by, part of an apprentice weaver's task would have been to build a machine from the ground up. Obviously assisted them with such things as troubleshooting, and really gave them a proper feel for their machine because it was theirs from the ground up. I couldn't see too many young chaps wanting to start that now.
Four, three. That's giving you 2 and 2 herringbone from backward, from the back.
Can you build one of those? I would like one of these.
And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 from the front one, which is giving you a row of plain. But I've set it up for 8 and 8 herringbone to start off with. But this fancy tapping box, whatever you want to call it, gives you 1 to 4 and 4 to 1, back to front. That's what gives you that design. Put it in a way that you can see the two things together.
I get it turned over. And we've got our herringbone. Something much more swanky on the back. That's brilliant. Harris Tweed is an art form, and I would suggest that you find out about it. It is an amazing process. If you do like Scottish history and lots of stunning Scottish scenery, please subscribe and press the bell icon and you'll be alerted when we're out and about again. You can also join me on Facebook and Instagram, both on Exploring Scotland's History. Thanks for watching.